Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, so this is going to be about controllers, radio options. A user, a subscriber, well, I don't even know if it's a subscriber, but a gentleman posted a comment yesterday. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Posh Pirate basically was saying, hey, following your beginner build videos, what have you, but none of them talk about a radio. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. So Posh Pirate, this is for you. Thank you for the comment. This is going to be real simple. So back in the day, we used to have to rock a radio and we used to have to carry these modules, and they're clunky and they're big and expensive. This is like $130 for this one, and this one like 60 or 80, and this is like 90 or whatever on top of your radio. Those days are gone. Now you got ELRS. ELRS simplified the game. Some people find it a little cumbersome to flash, but I'm gonna give you a tip on that as well. So as far as radio choices, it's super simple. Anything Radiomaster RC. As of today, when I'm making this video, I was fixing to tell you Radiomaster RC and Jumper RC. But today I go to turn on my Jumper RC and it won't power on. And yes, I know we deal with hobby grade equipment, but here's the thing. There's history with Jumper RC. So when I started, Jumper RC had come out with the T16, which is that one way over there in the corner, the Jumper T16. Probably within 6 months, it was dead. Power board went out. Replaced that. I think I had another month or so, and it was dead again. And I swore off Jumper RC. I wasn't the only one. There was quite a few people experiencing issues with Jumper RC. One, the charging would fry your board. They didn't put any safety protocols into their charging circuit, and people were accidentally frying their boards. Mine just died. And so I was like, I'm done with Jumper RC. Radiomaster, brand new company coming out on the market. I'm gonna go try them out. And Radiomaster has been flawless with me. I haven't had any issues, and I own their T16, their Boxer, their TX12. So super simple. Let's go over to the web page. I'll show you some jumper radios. And so, some Radiomaster radios. So you got the T16, which is traditional full-size radio. If you got big hands, if you like a little bit more weight, that's a great radio. Then you got this little bitty one, this little pocket. Super small, easy to transport, easy to throw your bag, what have you. You got small hands, that's a good radio. You've got this Boxer. I own this Boxer, and I own this TX16. The Boxer, mid-size, a little bit of weight, not as much, a little bit bigger, not much. Issue with it is it does not have a folding antenna. I do not like this antenna. Now I've gone and done a mod where I print out a little piece and I open up the radio and I put the piece here and I take this antenna and I put it on this one, and that works fairly well. It's not as nice as the folding antenna on the Jumper T20, but the Jumper T20 took a crap on me today, and I will not recommend Jumper T20. I definitely wouldn't recommend Jumper T20 to anybody that wants to use their equipment to make money with. If you're trying to do commercial work, if you're trying to do local work, if you're trying to be professional, don't risk it. Stick with the Radiomaster RC. They have a better track record. All right. You also have this Zorro. So if you like the gaming style, basically about the same footprint as these three, about the same footprint. They just have a different feel. You can't go wrong with any of them. Maybe you want a $65 radio because you're just getting started. Maybe you want to jump up to a $200 radio. Maybe you want to bling it out with AG01 gimbals because they're aluminum and they're hot and they got colors. Here's the thing. They do feel good. They are blingy, but the moment you hit arm, you have forgotten about your gimbals. Plastic, aluminum, you don't know the difference, and none of it makes you a better pilot. But if you want to bling out, buddy. What else we got? So here's the TX12. It's pretty decent, but mine doesn't have ELRS built in. That's the other thing that you want. You want to have Express LRS built into your radio. Now you have a protocol that you can use on Whoops all the way up to freaking X class if you want to. Used to we'd have to buy a radio with a 4-in-1 module, and that was just legacy links that was popular on Whoops, and then you'd slap on one of these $100 modules so that you could actually have a good strong connection for your 2-inch, 3-inch, 5-inch, 7-inch, blah blah blah. Now we've got Express LRS. Now we've got everything in one nice little package. No longer are you having to hold the bind button down and plug in. Now you just do a passphrase. Yes, some people will say they have struggles with Express LRS when flashing. Here's the deal. I've got a video, 3 tips on making Express LRS easier. Biggest thing is make sure your PC has 2 connections. One for your internet, one to the outside world, and one for your receiver, your radio, your drones. All right. My PC right here has a Wi-Fi card in it. It could be a hardline, whatever you want. Mine has a Wi-Fi, so I can connect to my home network, and I've got connection out to the world. The moment I connect to a receiver, my radio, any of my drones, I've severed that connection to the outside world. Now I have to reconnect to the outside world, build the flash file, then disconnect from the outside world, connect to my ELRS device, then flash. Let's make it simple. Let's make it simple. This right here, this $20 little AC 1300 USB little dongle, whether you have a hardline, whether you have Wi-Fi, whatever your connection to the outside world is, leave it alone. It's working. Plug this sucker in, connect to your receiver, your radio, and then when you hit flash, it's going to reach out, grab that information, build that file, and flash it all in one 10-second update. And then you're done. Also, try not to buy a whole bunch of different brands of receivers. I try to stick with Radiomaster RC. If I see one, I usually buy 2. Every time I buy a receiver, I usually buy 2. Receivers is one of the things I recommend that you try to keep 2-3 of on hand at all times, just so that you're never caught when they're out. They're cheap, $13, and anytime you do a build, you're using the same receiver. You don't have to. You can still do it without that. You can still go in and look at what receiver you have so that you can always find the correct firmware. But it does make it easier if you limit it down to 1 or 2 different models of receiver. All right. With that said, make it short and sweet. I hope that helps you out. Thank you, Posh Pilot, for pointing that out. This one's for you. Follow-up video on setting up your radio will actually be a call out for another person in the community that has done an amazing tutorial start to finish that still applies today. I'm just going to point y'all to his because, I don't think I need to do it because it'd be hard to top what this man has done. But I don't think many people know about his tutorials. So I want to point him out so that down the road, anybody that sees this and is trying to get started, single best resource for setting up your radio the first time. All right. Peace out. Love y'all. Happy flying.